Hello Unkindness crew and welcome back to another video. We are trying to make the Landfall deck a tier 1 deck, and how we're going to do it, we're going to play the brand new card Earthbender Ascension. When this enchantment enters Earthbend 2 and you search your library for a basic land card, put it on the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. Landfall, whenever a land you control enters, put a quest counter on this enchantment. When you do, it has 4 or more quest counters on it. You put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control, gains trample until end of turn. And I'd like to point out, it gains trample until the end of turn is very important, especially when you're playing Chocobo. The biggest downfall of this deck originally is half of the deck doesn't have trample. You're more relying on Tifa and Mossborn Hydra to have trample to win a game. However, with Ascension, even your Llanowar Elves can get big enough with 1/1 counters to win a game. So how are we going to do it today? We're playing Llanowar Elves in our 1 slot to ramped because we're in a green deck. Royal Treatment, one of as a way to protect our creatures with hexproof. 4 of Chocobo, Landfall, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. 4 of Snakeskin Veil in a format where there are a ton of Izzet removal decks. Royal Treatment and Snakeskin Veil are great additions to protect our creatures. Shelter by Ghost is also in here. It gives ward to our creature, but we can also get rid of problematic permanents. Bristly Bill is a way we can put 1/1 counters on target creature with Landfall trigger. Tifa is one of our finishers. Landfall double the power of Tifa until end of turn. Our top end of the curve is Mossborn Hydra. This enters with a 1/1 counter on it. Landfall double the number of 1/1 counters on this creature. And Traveling Chocobo, you may look at the top card of your library at any time. You may play lands and cast bird spells from the top of your library. If a land or bird you control entering the battlefield causes a trigger ability of permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. So with the combo of Chocobo with Tifa, Mossborn Hydra, or Earthbender Ascension, we can close out a game pretty quick. Bossing Say is another new card from the new set that gives Earthbend to a land, and hope we can do some shenanigans with putting Earthbending 2 on a Fabled Passage or Evolving Wilds to crack it, and the land comes back so we can Landfall trigger on future turns, a way we can try to get around removal decks to finish off our opponent. In the sideboard, we're playing 3 Seam Rips, a way to get rid of Badger Mole matchups and early Mana Dorks that are a problem. Paw Patch formation might be better, but I want to try out Origin of Metal Bending today, destroy target artifact or enchantment. In addition, we can put 1/1 counters on target creature control against indestructible until end of turn. We're playing 4 of Hollowmurk Siege in the sideboard today, in addition to 1 swamp. Because we're playing 10 tutor land, it's really easy to find a swamp when we need it. Hollowmurk Siege says, when this enchantment enters to Sultai or Abzan, Sultai, whenever counters put on the creature you control, draw a card. This ability only triggers once a turn. And Abzan, whenever you attack, put a 1/1 counter on target attacking creature against menace until end of turn. So this card is multifaceted to have card advantage when we're in a grindy matchup, or it's a way we can give our creatures more evasion to get through for lethal damage. We're also playing 2 Dawn Shrews. You and permanents you control gain hexproof until end of turn. If the gift was promised, permanents you control also gain indestructible until end of turn. Really good against control. And board wipe. Deck. Rest in Peace is in here for the Graveyard and Cavero. I'll probably bring it in versus Lessons as well, because that deck is everywhere. So please subscribe, tell me what deck you want me to play with next, and let's get into the video, shall we? When it goes first, we have Llanowar Elves and Tar 2 drop. Yep, I like this. I like this a lot. Inquisitor. I kind of want to put Bristly Bill away because we have Earthbender. So we can play this. Next turn we can Tifa into Escape Tunnel, and then Earthbend Ascension after that. 2 blocks. I'm not going to block on their turn. I'm just doing this now in case they flash something in or do some shenanigans. So we're just past the turn from here. I think still playing Earthbender Ascension here is the answer. No blocks. They probably had the Flask creature, so this might set us back a couple turns, but I'm just going to jam it. They could delay us by plotting, or they don't know how strong this card is. Yep, there's Aven Interrupter. You got it. Next turn we can kind of start going off, though, as long as they don't have a second Aven Interrupter. Mono white stacks going on over here. No blocks. Kieran, bouncing Inquisitor, sure. Inquisitor, now we can throw away Shelter by Ghosts, that's fine. And I think my opponent is dead. We play Chocobo, Fabled Passage off the top. And this way we can go find a white source. It doesn't really matter, I think, at this point. Trigger. Earthbender Ascension. Trigger. Trigger. And swing for 64. Getcha? Pretty good. So mono white stacks. Indestructible doesn't really do anything here. Rest in Peace doesn't do anything. Dawn's Truce might be something. I don't know if Hallmark Siege is the answer here. We might bring it in for game 3. I don't know. Right, like this. More 15 cards in the sideboard. Oh, right. This is playing 61 cards because we put in Royal Treatment. That's my mistake. So let's put back in... Goes first. We have a ramp. That seems fine. We have no interaction, though, so it might be a problem. Where you get my land that comes to play tapped. Another Bristly build. Too bad it's legendary. I'd like to draw some protection, please. Seems okay. I did that in the wrong order, but if we're playing Tifa, we can pretend we have a white source up, or a green source for protection up. If I did it the other way, we could have Bristly build, put 1 counter on Llanowar Elves, but... Okay. We're gonna tax our hand a little bit. But Inquisitor seems kind of weak against a Bristly, though. Airbender Ascension, sick. Can slow us down for 1 turn. Order for a double trigger, interesting. That's the turn. Their Recorder can bounce 2 things, or it can make 2 copies of Lightsteel Inquisitor, which might be interesting. If they do that, we'll probably pitch Bristly and Tifa, because we have double of that already. I'm gonna get rid of a Tifa, sure. And get rid of Bristly, like we talked about. Just be done this way. Now we have so many threats on the board they have to deal with. They need War Quest counters, but it's only a creature they control. I think we're doing okay. I would like to find a land, though. If we find a land, we just kind of win. If not, we're in trouble. Cosmogrand, sure. We have this second effect. effectively, I think, just win the game upright. Put this on you. Get rid of Cosmogrand. And Escape Tunnel, and we just kind of go off. Hold full control, so we put a counter here first. And then sack, and then put another counter there, and let the triggers resolve to double and double. Seems pretty strong. You get to play first, okay. Ugh. Guess we can try. We're a little delayed here. We can escape tunnel, get green, and pass. I guess it depends what we draw if we do Chocobo or not next turn. They have a Llanowar Elf, which is a... Oh, we can do both this turn. Look at that. Chocobo, Bossy Say, play a Mana Dork, and pass. Next turn we can Traveling Chocobo. Hope to find some value. Ooh, Earthbender Ascension. Are we against the mirror? I hope so. Do I want Snakeskin Veil is the question. I think I do. Big nasty creature do you have? Please don't kill my Chocobo. They have a way to kill my Chocobo. That's sad. A good thing we kept Snakeskin Veil on top. Hopefully they don't have a second removal. I'm gonna play Evolving Wilds first. And we can hold up protection from here. Their Ascension's getting bigger. I would like to find our own Ascension. Maybe a reason to hold on to Fable Passage. Earthbender Ascension is now online. That's scary. That's not a good draw. We could just pass end of turn. We can... Oh, Bossing Say is only a sorcery. That's sad. Badger Mole, yep. I think I still want to hold on my passage in case I find my own Earthbender Ascension. Another Sentinel, that's scary. That's not scary. Get our planes. That was a pretty good draw, I think. Take your Giant Sentinel. Play a land, get some triggers. They have to block this or they die. We can't block attack with Llanowar Elves yet. If we Bossing Say here, we can still hold up counter, I think. And we can swing next turn. Holding up Snakeskin Veil, though. Yeah, there's a Sentinel. What holiday? We're in the United States, so we're talking about like Thanksgiving that's coming up this week and probably Christmas. I want to find another land. Okay. On again too. So they are black. This might be a great Origin matchup. Right, like this. Go down a Shelter, go down a Chocobo. Since they're going to have a lot of removal, we got to play. Hopefully, we can play 1-for-1 around their removal. Who goes first? Seems okay. They get the elf though. I think it might be worth it to just take our time. Yeah, they have a Sentinel. So they have a piece of removal. We just kind of lose Tifa. I don't think that's what we need to do. So I'm going to play this slow and hold up Snakeskin Veil. Just get delayed for 1 turn, but it's not the end of the world. Turtle. Cute. Now we have protection up. Next turn we can Earthbender Ascensions or Traveling Chocobo keeping up. That's it. Nowhere to run. That's scary. That gets around Snakeskin Veil. Yeah, but they mill that, so I guess we're okay. No blocks. We could die next turn, though. We probably have to play Chocobo. Another turtle? Sure. Fortunately, we probably have to block with Bristly Bill now. Block here, take 9, 10, 11. We have to double block. Here. Game 3. Our hand was really slow. Now it's my fault for keeping that opener, I guess. Seems pretty good. Turn 1 Chocobo. Turn 2 Chocobo. We're gonna have to do it this way. And we already have our white source, so we can get a green source. Make our Chocobo strong and attack. I like it. Next turn we can hold. We can Shelter by Ghosts and Bossing, say, with Snakeskin. I think we can just Tifa Lockhart here and keep up Snakeskin Veil, and we could potentially Traveling Chocobo lethal them next turn. But let's see what they can do. They have up to 4 mana this turn. Vaginal, yeah. Have 3 more mana. Would love to fire off a removal here. Not the removal I was looking forward to, but okay. I think a land drop is our best draw, especially if it's untapped. We can risk Chocobo. If we hit an untapped land on top, we're safe. If not, then we just kind of like fumble. I guess we just keep in Veil. Deep Cavern Bat seems so weird with what their deck was trying to do. But yeah, you got it. All these lands tap for 4 mana apiece. Disgusting. 5. I could get Crater Hoofed here. And just die outright. Sure, you got a Sentinel. Earthbender Ascension, okay. What is your last card? Well, we take 1 in the air. Let's see if we can bait them with pumping up Tifa. No? I'm gonna try to Chocobo. Untap land is amazing. Hold on. So if we put another counter on this, she goes to 3 to 6 to 12. That's not enough. We just kind of hang back and try to do it next turn. We're going to do an all-out attack. They have infinite mana. Land creatures get +1/+1, yeah. Good thing our Earthbender Ascension's not online yet, unless this is a card that finds land. Nope. Fortunately, we're just kind of wiggling around here, and we might lose because of that. I was hoping this would be a land so bad, but are we dead on board? We're really close, especially with this now being online. Maelstrom Pulse, okay. That's scary. And I was going to probably block this with Tifa, but now we can with double Chocobo babies. That seems like a weird attack. Okay. Land on top's really good. Now we have to count. We put one counter on here. That's up to 3, 6, 12? No? Okay. Let's see what's on top. I think we still wait a little bit. We can origin here. Next can veil that. And a mana dork, okay. And then we can pump this Hydra up for 5 to 10 to 20 and probably push back for lethal. Decent hand to go first. I like it. Let everyone else out. Maybe we Traveling Chocobo on turn 2? Or we should probably solve this Chocobo with Veil back up. No, I think we just Chocobo. We have 2 of them. Especially if they showed me a Pollinator. Oh, baby. 2 starting towns. It's a Badger Mole Cub time. Oh, it's a dock deck. Okay. We gotta go fast now. Play this Chocobo. Play the land off the top. Hold up Veil. And then next turn they are dead on board. They just don't know it yet. We have protection. Ooh. What set is that Plains from? Oh, trigger. Locking with Gene Pollinator. I'm probably going to bounce something. Yep, there's an Appa. Sure. I think we got to play another bird here and not keep up protection. I might be wrong. They could combo right here. Yep. That's not an egg. Land on top, please. Guess we just pass. Really awkward draw. We need a land to win. Collector's Cage, yeah. Hideaway 5, and they need 3 or more creatures with different power. So this is online. If they find Aang, they can infinite combo now. Airbender Ascension is not what I care about. Yep. Let's see if they find their combo. I have 3 mana to look for it. Oh no, they can just do it now. Because if they don't find Collector's Cage, they can just find the combo. I'll just put. Let's see if they find it. Yep. So they can look through their entire deck now to find all the creatures. So here's a good question. So they will time out. And we could potentially kill them. They can make infinite creatures. In essence. Or not. And Arena's going to time them out. In paper, you just kind of scoop here, right? But on Arena, let me know in the comments, please. Let me know in chat. Would you scoop here? Because they technically could have lethal. And I don't think in one turn we can get Mossborn Hydra big enough if they start gaining life. They have to prove to me they gain life, I guess. But should I scoop here or not? There's a baby Aang. Not the Aang we worry about. Scavengers only cost... Yep. If they do this correctly, they can bounce and look for their entire board now. Because Doc Opt makes everything exiled 2 less, and Airbend makes it 2 less. They can find technically their entire deck. They're not, these creatures aren't dying. They're being Airbend, so Sephiroth is not an answer if I had Sephiroth on board. Them transforming here is cute. So just keep letting them going. But they can find their entire deck. But they don't have haste in their deck unless they show me the red ally, which they can't get off Aang, but they can find off Collector's Cage. We still have a way to win. This is why we're not scooping yet. And they could mess up. So Hideaway 5, they're close to seeing their entire deck now. So now they can airbend our entire board, except like Hydra, and then we're just dead. You see the loop now? Annoyed to death? No, it's just a very long combo where they can bounce my entire board, and then they have infinite 1/1 creatures. And I don't have haste in my deck, so I can't win the game on the spot. So his name is Big Daddy Cheese, so you know it's on par for whatever he's doing. We were just too slow. We had 2 turns to kill them, and we didn't draw what we need to kill them. And we can do it this game. We'll find out. There's their dock. Now we need to find some way to get rid of dock, or we just don't win. And our hand just says we drew 2 lands, and that's not how we win this game. There's their cage. Again, if this was in paper, not in arena, what they did on their last game probably would make anyone scoop just on the spawn after they explain the loop that they're going to do. Another land is just not our answer. Not getting a white source might be a mistake there. I should have gotten a white source. Whoops. But yeah, now we have very little pressure on board. And my opponent probably gets to combo off. Oh. Not having Snakeskin Veil there is a mistake. Keeping up Snakeskin Veil. I should have done that last turn, but here we are. Well, I like collector's cages. To get another creature, we'll eventually be in trouble. Is Seam Rip our answer? Probably not. Pro treatment's not bad, but it's not good. But they can die here. Thanks to Tifa. So with these blocks they die. On to game 3. Tifa doing Tifa things. I think I'm okay with how we boarded. What goes first? Interesting hand, though. With this kind of hand, we have to get a white source with this. I'm going to try this. This might be bad, especially when they mulligan a 5. Okay. Land drop was probably our worst draw. So let's find our planes. And we can Seam Rip anything they do on turn 2 and play our Mana Dork. Perfect. Seam Rip. Get rid of Doc Ock. Play our Land of Realms. Get in with Mana Dork until we draw something, I guess. Oh, you're sure. Pass from here. Keep up protection. We can shelter the token next turn. And start getting in for damage with Tifa. Airbender Ascension. Airbend up to one target creature, sure. And we're gonna protect Tifa. Suit up Tifa here. Get rid of the golem. And go beatdowns. They block her 1/1, I'm okay with this. We have plenty of mana. And Tifa's gonna go to Tifa Town. Drawing a fetch land next turn is lethal. Alright, Ang, what are you finding? Yep. Doing this, we go shields down and we might be in trouble. But I want to go for the kill. And leave their board clear. They need to pay Ward 4 now? Which is a lot. If they play a land and another Earthbender Ascension, then it bounces Tifa, but going for lethal did the job. Hell yeah. So I like this deck. The only thing I'm missing out of this version is Ice Tool Explorer. Ice Tool Explorer, the power level is huge, but I guess we make up for that with Earthbender Ascension and keep our curve lower to the ground. Drawing an Ice Tool Explorer there late probably wouldn't have done anything, so I like the more consistency. We get more protection in the main board versus the other decks. Sheltered by Ghosts also is a way we can finally interact when the older versions of this deck didn't really interact with our opponent. Tell me what changes you would make in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next video. Woo!